आपने मुकेश अंबानी और अनिल अंबानी के रिलायंस की डीमर्जर की बात तो सुनी होगी, बट क्या आपको पता है कि अनिल अंबानी probably would have been one of the richest people in the world right now alongside his brother if you just been a little more diplomatic. Let me tell you exactly what happened. धीरूभाई अंबानी को अपने करियर की शुरुआत में काफी स्ट्रगल करना पड़ा था। वो पहले येमेन में एक पेट्रोल पंप में अटेंडेंट का काम करते थे और उसके बाद वो इंडिया आए बस 500 रुपए लेके। फिर रिलायंस जैसी कंपनी खड़ी की और उसे पब्लिक भी कर दिया बाय 1977, जबकि उनके दोनों बेटों ने अपना करियर शुरू किया एज द बोर्ड मेंबर्स ऑफ द कंपनी। At the time of his death in 2002, Forbes ranked Dhirubhai Ambani as the world's 138th richest person with a net worth of $2.9 billion, leaving behind one of India's biggest companies worth 7,500 crores. He would have never imagined कि उनके बेटों का इतना ego clash होगा, so he never left a will. Mukesh and Anil were then chairman and managing director of Reliance Industries respectively. And after the father's death, they were at loggerheads over who would own which company. There was no question as to who would get their flagship petroleum company, Reliance Petroleum, because Mukesh was the one who had built their main Patal Ganga plant and understood the business intricately. Reliance Communications, India's second largest telecom company at the time, was also Mukesh's baby since he had built it from scratch, but Anil wanted it. Finally, उनकी माँ कोकिला बेन को टांग अड़ानी पड़ी with the help of some external support in 2004-5 when Mukesh got all the old economic companies, Reliance Industries, Petroleum, IPCL Infrastructure, while Anil got all the new economic companies and renamed his group ADAG. He got Arcom, Reliance Capital, Energy, Natural Resources and Broadcasting. Anil's legacy left him as the sixth richest man in the world with a net worth of more than $42 billion, just one step below his elder brother with $43 billion. And it was expected that since Anil had control over sunrise sectors, he would do better than Mukesh in the long run. In his quest to further strengthen his hold in the sunrise sector, in 2005, Anil bought AdLab Films and their chain of theatres, Big Cinemas, which by 2008 had become the largest multiplex chain with 700 screens across India and overseas. He also signed a $1.2 billion deal with American filmmaker Steven Spielberg's production company DreamWorks in the same year, making some Academy Award-winning movies. At its zenith in 2008, when Anil floated an IPO for Reliance Power, it was subscribed in 60 seconds, a record for Indian capital markets. Anil's flamboyant lifestyle was like a dream. His proximity to Hollywood celebrities, to politicians, his bi-weekly helicopter flights from his South Bombay home to Arcom's office in Navi Mumbai, all of it made him so popular that he had paps following him everywhere. He was no less than a celebrity. However, things did not go as planned. Relations between the once close brothers became bitter. Instead of renegotiating an old deal, in 2010, Anil took Mukesh to court over the supply price of gas from Reliance Krishna Godavari Basin when Mukesh refused to supply him gas at the contracted price under the terms of the 2005 gas agreement brokered by their mother. But the Supreme Court, in accordance with the government's gas utilization policy, fixed the price in Mukesh's favor. His next hit was in telecom. When Arcom was set up, they adopted the cheaper CDMA technology while rivals such as Airtel and Hutch used the more expensive GSM. While CDMA was a superior technology at 2G and 3G levels, the world was moving towards 4G and beyond, which it could not support. Once the 10-year anti-competition clause with his brother lapsed in 2015, Mukesh launched Jio and changed the face of the telecom industry in India. Within 3 years of Jio's launch, Arcom's 1.65 lakh crore market capitalization lost over 98% of its value and eventually went into insolvency proceedings in May 2018. Both these were big setbacks for Anil. Now his dominoes began to fall one by one. In an effort to reduce debt in 2014, Anil sold Big Cinemas to Carnival for 710 crores and 2 years later, parts of his TV and FM radio business to Zee for more than 1800 crores. During his heydays, Anil, to showcase his engineering capability, took huge loans to build Mumbai Sea Link and the city's Versova-Ghatkopar metro, both projects done below cost. Despite things falling all around him, Anil, without domain knowledge, tried his hand in the defense sector when in 2016 he bought Pipapav Marine and Offshore Engineering. So it was no surprise when the diversification failed and the market cap of Pipapav, renamed Reliance Naval, fell 90% in 2019 from $1 billion to $100 million. Finally, the profit-making and cash-generating Reliance Energy was sold off to Adani in 2017-18 for $2.5 billion to pay off debts. Loans that Anil defaulted on worth 13,000 CR also played a part in the downfall of Yes Bank. In 2019, Anil Ambani's telecom, naval, infrastructure and power businesses had defaulted on loans of 43,800 CR. His pile of debts has also affected his other projects, be it the Delhi Metro or power projects in Madhya Pradesh. While Mukesh Ambani's wealth saw ups and downs, he eventually came to be known as India's richest billionaire. Anil's fortune stumbled to 1.5 billion and is reported to be worth less than 1 billion now. If he had only applied better strategy, used GSM instead of CDMA for RCOM, not chased after prestige projects, and been over-ambitious, and maybe even smarter at maintaining a healthy relationship with his brother, even just for the sake of business, he may have been in the list of the richest people in the world right now instead of having to flee from debts. Sadly, Reliance Capital, the only business which was still doing well, also got hit by global recession after the coronavirus pandemic. Big brother Mukesh is currently soaring to great heights, but I wonder what's next for Anil Ambani, if anything at all.